What is good, y'all? Welcome back to Chris and Ralph Productions. As always, I am Chris, and I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Today is the day that Marvel Studios released the first teaser for Captain America Brave New World. If you've been following our channel for a while, then you know this project is something that I am dying to see. Brave New World has been delayed a few times, but it finally comes out February of next year, which is right around the corner. So we don't have to wait too long. For this video, we already did our trailer reaction, which I'll link down below. Um, but I just wanted to actually take a look at this trailer frame by frame, at least, and give my thoughts on and speculations of what we can see from some of these characters in this trailer in particular. So the trailer is a minute 48 and I've seen it like 20 times today. It just goes to show how much I love this. Oh, it's a teaser. I keep calling it a trailer. How much I love this teaser. So let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and get into it. Of course, we have Sam Wilson, aka Captain America, played by Anthony Mackie. This trailer, this teaser starts. I'm just gonna call it a trailer. Starts off with him speaking to Thunderbolt Ross, who is obviously played by Harrison Ford. Of course, William Hurt passed away a couple of years ago. Rest in peace. Who was our Thunderbolt Ross since the beginning? Now that we have Harrison Ford, right here, they actually make a little joke saying, "You look different without your mustache." And President Ross went on to say, well, in order to win this election, I needed to drop this mustache. So, a couple of things. Of course, if you have President Ross, you're going to have, you know, speeches and rallies and things like that. Harrison Ford is no stranger to playing a president on, the screen for us. And he is such a natural president to see. Thunderbolt Ross, he very much pushed the Sokovian Accords. He was the driving force in, sort of dividing, Avengers. Of course, in Captain America Civil War, Baron Zemo was the main factor in that particular film. But over the course of the Infinity Saga, Thunderbolt Ross, every time we would see him, it was him trying to apprehend a rogue hero. Captain America, Sam Wilson, Natasha Romanoff. And to see that post Endgame, seeing him become president, it just goes to show that maybe majority or most of the voters wanted what he wanted. And of course, if you haven't followed the MCU timeline, the Sokovian Accords has since been banded or disbanded, excuse me, and we don't have those anymore. Um, so for Thunderbolt Ross in this interaction, he's telling Sam Wilson that he wants Captain America to be part of the military again. He wants to have a working relationship with Captain America, and of course, Sam Wilson is very much hesitant because for literal years he was on the run from Thunderbolt Ross. So why would he want to work for this man, for this president? If you've seen Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or shall I say Captain America and the Winter Soldier, then you know that throughout that show, it took a lot for Sam Wilson to be able to accept the mantle for Captain America. There were many factors. Some of it could be from self belief, but a good amount of it was because of the reception or the drive of people not wanting him to be Captain America because he's not Steve Rogers and things like that. But at the end of that show, we finally got him to be Captain America leading up to this film, and I think he's in a good space for being a Captain America. Sam Wilson's in a good space personally to want to take on the mantle for Captain America and to continue to carry that shield. So for him to have this interaction with Thunderbolt Ross, and Thunderbolt Ross actually was another character we're gonna get into in a little bit. Thunderbolt Ross basically tell him like, let's try not to disagree. That's automatically a red flag for Sam Wilson. Of course, another character that I just mentioned is this character. She is, where is she? This character is Ruth Bat Sephra or Sabra. She's a character in this comics from Israel. I do not know much about this character at all, but she is played by Shira Haas, Israeli actress. They did change her a lot from the comics to what we're going to be seeing in this film. They only showed her, I believe, 3 times in the trailer, and this was the most prominent shot of her. Right here, you see she's being maybe interrogated or questioned or whatever it could be, and very curious to see exactly what role she plays in this film. How does she work with Sam Wilson in this story? Um, and we'll just go from there. Later on, you just see, of course, a couple of action shots. Thunderbird Ross telling Sam Wilson, let's just not disagree, try to work with me, and then so on and so on. A couple of more action shots. This shot is beautiful. Um, right here, this is a prominent part of the trailer for me. Thunderbolt Ross, it appears to be having a corresponding dinner. He has guests over. He's putting on a show. He's doing a presentation for, I'm sure high-ranking officials. And, of course, Sam Wilson is there with Joaquin Torres. And right here, you see Carl Lumbly playing Isaiah Bradley begin to get up. This is one of my favorite parts of the trailer is this. So what exactly is Isaiah Bradley? What issues does he have with Thunderbolt Ross? Of course, Isaiah Bradley in the comics was a super soldier, Captain America, who was done wrong by his government. Sadly, of course, played by Carl Lumbly, amazing actor. For Isaiah Bradley, at the end of Captain America and the Winter Soldier, we saw that Sam Wilson was able to have him be honored with the statue, with his own place at the Smithsonian Museum, where his history, which was buried by the government didn't want anything to do with him. They locked him up and threw away the key. Essentially, they did him so wrong. And at the end of that show, Sam Wilson was able to honor him in a way. Right here, it appears that Isaiah Bradley is retaliating for reasons unknown at this point. Within the comics, um, I'm sure there are various, obviously obvious reasons on why he would, sort of retaliate against someone like a Thunderbolt Ross, who Thunderbolt Ross, although he's president, he very much devils in sort of the wrong side of history. You can call it corruption. I don't know exactly what term best to use for Thunderbolt Ross, essentially, because in his head, he's not wrong. He has his beliefs and he feels like what he's doing is right. And for Isaiah Bradley, it could be, of course, the same way. Very much done wrong by the government, and this is just him retaliating. Or it could be like a sleeper agent activated, sort of like Bucky Barnes, where someone would say, the trigger words for Bucky, and then he would switch back to the Winter Soldier. Is that something like for Isaiah Bradley? I do not know. This action right here of him getting up randomly sort of emulated a super soldier, being awakened. This map, before I go further into that, this map can mean many things. I don't even know what to think of it. It could be nuclear warheads. It could be McDonald's that are being placed around the. I'm joking, of course. I don't know what this map has to do with anything, but we'll find out, of course. Right here, Isaiah Bradley just stands up, and then he goes on wreaking havoc. First of all, Carl Lumley, for being his age, very very active. I really do appreciate that he's going to be doing his own choreography for this movie, of course. So I'm curious, like, what exactly is going on? Shoot takes a shot at the president. Harrison Ford falls down. Everyone starts to leave. Sam Wilson starts to fight. And then right here, I love this shot. This is very much a Winter Soldier shot where you see Winter Soldier jump through the window, Captain America jump all through there. That chase scene at the beginning of the film. So this scene is gonna hit so hard in theaters because, like I mentioned, I love that that deep government conspiracy. Like, what exactly is going on? Captain America needs to dig in there and figure out what's going on, and to see Carl Lumley, Isaiah Bradley, sort of be activated, or maybe he's retaliating some sort. Very much curious to see exactly what the context of this scene is. Moving on. Love those transitions. Sam Wilson right here. I don't know why I keep focusing. 1 second. I keep focusing on his jacket right here on his right shoulder. It looks like dirt. The reason being I say this is so maybe it's nothing, of course. This is most likely going to be after probably the Isaiah scene. The reason why I say this is because he's walking hot, he's walking fast. Thunderbolt Ross is somewhere in here. He's on a mission to go and confront Thunderbolt Ross or talk to him and tell him like, "Yo, what's going on?" Very much reminiscent to what Steve Rogers would do in like a Winter Soldier, where he'd go into the Shield headquarters over there in DC. Just got off a chase sequence, goes in there, hot on the heels, needs to go confront Robert Redford's character. His name is slipping me. What's his name? Robert Redford, his character in Winter Soldier. Oh my gosh, I've seen that movie literally 45 times. Oh, anyways, so I can't wait. Right here, he's telling the president, like, yo, someone in your inner circle, they're a mole, they're dirty, they turned on you. You need to try to figure this out. And why are you just ignoring that fact? Right here, we have Joaquin Torres and Captain America going through a dark tunnel. Watching this trailer like 30 times, I was getting very much Winter Soldier, Hydra, Super Soldier Serum type of recluse underground bunker types of vibes, and exactly what is happening here. We shall see. Let's go a little bit further in. This shot was released in an image. This chair. Who could be using this chair? There's red lights, so obviously there could be indication of Harrison Ford as Red Hulk, of course, which we'll get into later. Or it could be something associated with the leader, but we shall see. Love this set, this beautiful set design right here. This piece, it just looks badass right here. Of course, someone's being tested on. There's a table, there's a chair. This is very similar to what they had Bucky in whenever they would like blender his mind. They would shock his mind and stuff like that. So messed up. This shot, badass. Look at that. Double leg kick. Boom. That's pretty much it. The leader right here. Tim Blake Nelson. Of course, if you've seen The Incredible Hulk back in 2008, at the end of that film, Tim Blake Nelson, you know, took a serum and his head started to expand. His head started to turn green, and he's going to be the leader. Right here, of course, you see some green. He has a hat on to essentially cover up his head being, a little longer because of the effects of what happened to him. And he's doing this amazing voiceover. When I saw this trailer for like the first 10 times, I was like, whose voice is that? Whose voice is that? Who is that? Like I wasn't connecting the dots. I saw this shot so many times, but it just wasn't hitting me. And then I paused it for a second just to see who that was, and I was like, "Oh, duh, that's the leader." Oh, duh, that's Tim Blake Nelson's voice. It's just he didn't really have that southern twang that he has in a lot of his roles. He has it a little bit in this one, but you could tell that they're having him sort of pull it back a little bit. Very interesting. So you have that shot of the leader. This truck looks badass. Just wanted to say that. Another shot of the leader. His hands are right here. He's taking a photo, and it's a photo of course, Captain America. the president. I don't know who this gentleman is. I'm sure we'll find out who he is. And what does the leader have in store for Captain America? Of course, you can go and read his comics, but he says you're just a pawn and he didn't say in this game, but he said you're just a pawn. Oh, he said the power is shifting and you're just a pawn. Oh my god, that is so eerie. That's so creepy. Like someone that we haven't seen on the screen since 20 excuse me, since 2008. This film comes out in 2025. That is going to be 15 years later. No, 17 years later, not 15. 17 years later. What could have happened to him within those 17 years? Actually, within the MCU timeline, it's more than 17 years. It's probably like 23, 24 years. What happened to him? Exactly what has he been doing behind the scenes? What what's his role in this film? What are they going to be having him doing? How is he going to be coming after Captain America? How is he going to be essentially be working with Thunderbolt Ross? That is the deep government secrets, conspiracy theories stuff that I love in these Captain America films, and that's exactly what they're going to be leaning into. A little nugget right here, you see a Japanese cherry blossom. Of course, he's the president. This is the White House. He has those all over the White House. We'll see exactly where else he has them later. This shot, another shot of Sabra, of course, and this woman right here. I don't know who she is. She most likely could be a character from the comics, but as of right now, I don't know who she is. We do see her a couple of times in this trailer. So right here is a actual funeral scene. Who's the funeral for? Right here, we see more Japanese cherry blossoms, which are very prominent in this trailer. I don't know who the funeral could be for. We shall see. We see Captain America being attacked by what appears to be some soldiers in this bunker that he was investigating. So very much reminiscent to Winter Soldier whenever you had Steve Rogers and Natasha go into New Jersey to the abandoned campgrounds, training grounds, excuse me, Army military base, or deep inside that base that we're able to locate exactly where Armin Zola was sort of his mind was hiding. And then they were attacked by Hydra. Badass. That truck blowing up. Giancarlo Esposito. So he just joined this film, I don't know, like a few months ago, not even. He only began filming over a month ago, whatever. And they already have him in this trailer. So I absolutely love that. Of course, Giancarlo Esposito. This actor right here. There's speculations that he's going to be playing George Washington or GW Bridge. GW Bridge in the comics worked with Cable. He's in Shield. He's sort of been very much a interesting character because at times he can get carried away. Exactly what is his goal in this movie? Who is Giancarlo going to be chasing after? Of course, it's not confirmed that he's going to be GW Bridge. It's just all speculations. But when it comes to this film, possible castings, characters that could be very much related to the story, it's the best fit for him as of right now. We shall see. Badass shot by for Giancarlo. This shot, I actually have yet to pause it. I don't. Oh, that's probably. I don't know who that could be. Another shot. See, another shot of her. I still don't know who this is. We'll find out. More cherry blossoms. Soldiers on the White House shooting at something. Who are they shooting? Is it Thunderbolt Ross as the Red Hulk? We shall see. Or is it Captain America? Are they going to be? Is obviously Thunderbolt Ross? He's probably going to be like, oh, Captain America is a traitor to the United States of America. Attack him at on sight. That's probably what it's going to end up being. Cherry blossoms begin. A lot of havoc right here. Right here. This scene of this trailer is so like like gut punch right there. He's like, you're no Steve Rogers. I love, dude. That shot is beautiful of him picking up the shield because I love the sort of the light reflecting off of his armor right here. He has it on Giancarlo again in the tunnel. This is probably the second money shot of this whole trailer. Is this White House getting blown up? Who is going through it? A lot of people are speculating that's going to be Red Hulk because of the massive destruction that's happening to the White House. Of course, you don't see him in the shot, most likely CG'd out, which they've done for No Way Home. And right here, you're right. I'm not. Beautiful shot right here. Love this. Dope. Right here. Oh, man. What's this? Huh? What is this? Is this? It's most likely the Celestial that was coming out of the ground, the ocean over in Eternals, which has been ignored for like the last 4 years, however long that movie came out. We're finally gonna have it be acknowledged. Well, it's been acknowledged, like, oh, what about we have a giant Celestial coming out of the ocean? I forget. It was acknowledged in She-Hulk and something else, if I'm not mistaken. But that's it. We've never seen it. So finally, after so many years, regardless of what you think of Eternals, you loved it or hated it. I liked it at first, and then after rewatching it another time, I was like, oh, not listening to any of the people's opinions, just my own personal opinion. I was like, oh man, it's really slow. It's not my favorite MCU movie at all. But it is what it is. We're finally gonna have the acknowledgement of a giant celestial coming out of the ocean. Badass shot. He has the helmet. He just messed up that fighter jet right there. Right here, we see another shot of Captain America and Falcon. You see that his wings are green. So we're going to have two flying soldiers. We're going to have Captain America and we're going to have Falcon. Badass shot, of course. Supersonic. Boom. Breaks the sound barrier. Captain America Brave New World. These title color changes, badass, I will say. And the shot of the trailer is boom. Red Hulk. Of course, we have Harrison Ford. He looks so good as Red Hulk. It's crazy. Absolutely love the CG in this shot. It just looks amazing. Boom. Throws it into the ground. And that's the last shot of the trailer. So overall, I think we're most likely, not most likely, I assuming where we're going to be getting in this film, which I'm willing to bet $100 on, of course, we're going to get Thunderbolt Ross being Thunderbolt Ross, where he's hard to please, he's hard to agree with. His policies and his actions very much can be hurting others, and it hinders heroes like Captain America, Sam Wilson. So you know the Captain America trilogy is my favorite trilogy in the MCU because of those reasons of like deep government, secrets being hidden, Captain America needs to go find them type of thing. And this movie very much is going to do that. In terms of excitement of things that I want to see, of course I want to see my back my back scratcher. Of course I want to see, how Thunderbolt Ross is going to screw over Captain America. The leader, what role does he play? That dialogue, the narrating where he said the power is shifting and you're just a pawn. That is such an intimidating line. So exactly what does role does he have in this movie? And of course, Isaiah Bradley for the Captain America and Winter Soldier TV show. I was dying for a flashback scene of seeing Isaiah Bradley when he was younger, when he was full on, super soldier. We could have seen a flashback scene of him in the Korean War. I think this movie, I think it would benefit from it because it would just pay homage to, Isaiah Bradley, to people who can relate to Isaiah Bradley, who are veterans, or they come back and their country's forgotten them at times, unfortunately and sadly. So I think if you could have like a throwback scene to sort of like show like how badass Isaiah Bradley is and was and is, I think that can definitely benefit this story. Sam Wilson, that's my Captain America. I can't wait to. I'm not gonna cuss. I can't wait to see this movie. I'm beyond hyped. I've seen it. I've seen this trailer 20 times, and I'm gonna watch it another 20 times. Oh man, there's been so much promo art and the McDonald's collab that came out recently, and the movie doesn't come out to like another half a year because this movie was supposed to come out a few months ago because it got delayed. They're doing massive reshoots, which at first I was like, man, that's not good, of course, because you're reshooting a good chunk of this movie. But at the same time, they saw what happened, they acknowledged what happened, and Kevin Feige was like, no, we got to pivot and we got to make this film what it is. So I just can't wait for this movie. I just want to watch it right now. Guys, if you're still watching me, I appreciate your support. Please like, share, and subscribe, of course. We do love the support that we have been receiving. So, as always, guys, I'm Chris. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.